Hello dear children, welcome to your channel Computer Science with Meena Dogra. Hope all of you are doing great. Hope all of you are hale and hearty. Through this video, I am introducing a series on methods of string objects of Python, and this is part 1 in which I'll be covering up these 5 methods of Python string objects. Every sequence, collection, object of Python has certain built-in methods associated with them. Fine, so this Let Us Learn series will take you through string object methods of Python. There are, if you will check on my version, which is 3.9.8, there are 47 methods associated with a string object. Out of them, in this series, I'll be covering up some of the majorly used methods, and we are starting with these 5 methods: capitalize, title, lower, upper, and swap case. Fine, so let me take you through this video. I'll first explain the method and then I'll demonstrate it to you practically. Fine children, so let's move to the next slide, which explains capitalize method to us. So capitalize says that it is going to return a copy of the string. Fine, it is going to be used with a string. Fine, you'll get to know about it shortly. It returns a copy of the string with its first character capitalized and rest of the characters in lowercase. Fine, so if you'll give a string, if you'll use capitalize method with a string, you are going to get another string, a copy of the string, in which the first letter of the string will be capital, that is in uppercase, and all the other letters will be in lowercase. Fine. The original string, I'll tell you, the original string will remain unchanged. Only a copy of the string that you are using with the changes applied as per the method you are using will be returned to you, and the original string will remain unchanged. Fine. So let's see what Python has to tell us about it. So for convenience sake, I've taken some dummy strings with me already, and these are the 5 dummy strings that I will be using for explanation. They are the 5 actually sample strings, not dummy, sample strings I'll be using for explanation, and I'll just quickly copy them down on my prompt. So here I'm copying the first string S1, and you just see what happens if I like at the prompt. You all know print is incorporated. Print is there because prompt is REPL, read, evaluate, print, loop, environment. Fine, so all these printing specifically I'm not going to write print S1. I know the print is already incorporated here, and whichever function will return a value to me, that also I need not use print here. But if you will be using these methods in script mode, then you have to use print, okay, to see their output, or you have to just assign their output to another string. So what I'll do over here, I'll write S1 and I'll put a dot and wait. S1 is a string. You can create strings by enclosing them in single, double, triple quotes. So here I've enclosed this string in single quotes and I've created it. And see, if I'll put a dot and wait, a list is going to pop up in front of me. Fine. Now these are 47 methods written in alphabetic order. 47 methods. And in this series, I'll be covering up the majorly used methods. Fine. So I write S1 dot capitalize. And let's see what the output is there for us. What output it gives to us? It returns a copy of the string. See, the first letter is capital and all the other letters are in lowercase. So capitalize returns the string, copy of the string with first letter converted to capital and rest of the letters converted to small case. So if you see the original string now, that remains unchanged because strings are immutable. They are not changed by any of the methods. Only a copy is returned to us. See, the original string is same. यहाँ पर P capital रहा, fine, and rest of the letters still fun हमने capitals में लिखा था. It has been converted to lowercase. Let's check the output of capitalize on the second sample string that say we need to create it only once and then our work will be done. And let's see what S2 has to say for us. So on this string shows, I've copied it from here only, ideally 3.9.8, and let's check what S2.capitalize has to give us as the output. Fine. So when we invoke capitalize method on S2 object, we get the string I Ideally का I is capital, rest everything has been converted to lowercase and the digits remain unchanged because they are not impacted by capitalize. Fine. So first letter capital, rest all small. Let's see the third string which is working in 3.9.8 ideally shell. Let's see what S3 dot capitalize has to give to us. And wait and see. See, working ka W becomes capital, first letter becomes capital, rest all is converted to small case. If there are letters, see the starting letter of the string must be, the starting letter of the string must be an alphabet. तभी capitalize का impact आपको पता चलता है. See, I'll just show it to you. Now this S4 string we have. Okay, so S4 string में what is going to happen? देखो कोई starting letter is not an alphabet. तो वो एज इट इज रहेगा. यस, रिमेनिंग अल्फाबेट्स आपके लोअर केस में हो जाएंगे. सो बिकॉज कोई ये आइडियली के आई को स्टार्टिंग लेटर नहीं मानेगा कि आई कैपिटल रखे और बाकी इट्स गोइंग टू कन्वर्ट रेस्ट इनटू लोअर केस. नहीं, 3 से पहले लेटर होता तो वो कैपिटल हो जाता. फाइन. सो स्टार्टिंग लेटर नहीं है तो रिमेनिंग लेटर्स ऑब्वियसली दे विल गेट कन्वर्टेड टू sorry, I've created it again. Let me just show you the output of S4 dot capitalize. S4 dot capitalize. See, ideally shell has been converted to lowercase. There was no starting letter, so that impact of capitalize we cannot see कि पहला letter capital है. पहला letter I को नहीं मानेगा. पहला letter should be the starting letter of the string. मतलब there should have been a letter before 3.9.8. Okay. Next, let's check. I'll show you one. Like we have, at least one letter could have been there. Fine. Now let's check S5 string. Python strings are fun. It's entirely in uppercase. Fine. It's entirely in uppercase. And let's see. When we write S5 dot capitalize, Python strings are fun. P is capital. Rest all have been converted to lowercase. I'll again remind you that the original string does not change. Original string remains the same. You get a copy of the string. Okay. This method returns a copy of the string. And if you have to use it in script mode, you must place print. You must enclose this statement in print function to be able to see the output. जितने भी functions के return values होते हैं, either use them with print or assign their output to a variable and then print that variable. Fine. Let's talk about S6 string now, and let's put it here. S6, it's entirely in lowercase, and let's see what S6 dot capitalize will do for us. See. P capital, rest all small, and if I check upon S6 now, S6 remains unchanged. I'll take one more string to tell you about that fact. Like if I write, say suppose P, and then I write 3.9.8, ideally, suppose this. Fine, and I'll keep this P small. Fine, P small. Then digits. Let me just show you what S7 dot capitalize will give you. Now we have a starting digit. Okay, we have a starting letter child. So this P is going to be converted to capital, and ideally, like all the remaining letters get converted to lowercase. So this is capitalize when you apply capitalize to a string object. Fine, and it gives you a copy of the string with the first letter converted to uppercase and remaining letters converted to lowercase. The original string remains unchanged. And I'll just show you one more thing, that you can, without storing variables also, like you can access the strings. Suppose you write over here, I love my country, and you just write like this, I love my, let's put country in capitals. And here also, like put with a string constant also, like with a string literal also, you can invoke these methods. So this is the output. Like you can store them in a variable and use capitalize on that variable, or you can directly go for the string as an invoking object for the method. So here I is converted to capitals and rest letters are converted to lowercase. Here you don't have the original string stored somewhere, so the original string will be lost after execution of this statement. Fine. So this was capitalized, and now let's quickly print all these strings in front of us so that we can try out the next method. All my original strings are unchanged. All my original strings are unchanged. So these are my strings, and now I am going to try the next method, which is title. Fine. So title method, don't children often confuse title and capitalize. So title does what? It returns a copy of the string with the first character of each word. Now the first character of each word is converted to uppercase. So title is like you have a string in which you convert, the title will convert the first character of each word to capital, to uppercase, and the remaining characters of the word are converted to lowercase. So let's see what title does for us. And we have this s1 string in front of us, and what happens when I write s1 dot title? It will also return a copy of the string. The original string will remain unchanged. And s1 dot title, see what is going to happen now. Python, there are 4 words in the string, so the first letter of each word is converted to capital. See, you can check, first letter of each word is converted to capital. Here this is strings ka S, R ka A, and FUN, fun, F is capital, and the remaining letters of each word is converted to lowercase. So this is title, like it is converting the first letter of each word to capital and the remaining letters to lowercase. Fine. So if I see S2, ये जो मेरी S2 वाली string थी, and let's check S2 and convert it into title, S2 dot title, and let's check. So this is IDLE का I capital, shell already capital में था तो वैसे ही रहा, first letter capital था, then 3.9.8. Let's check for S3. S3 is working in 3.9.8 ideally shell. Let's check for S3. S3, like every word's first character, you can see inka I, working ka W, ideally ka I, and on the other hand, remaining letters are also getting converted to lowercase. Let's check S4, and when I write S4 dot title, so what it does for me, see, ideally ka I capital, shell ka S capital, so already capital. So that is like, agar string already जिसे आप you are trying to change, capitalize or title, if it is already in capitalized state or in title state, then nothing is going to happen. The impact will be shown obvious to you when your string will have certain mix of characters. Then you will be able to mix of uppercase, lowercase. Then you will be able to see the correct impact. ना? So जो output form, जो capitalize और output title का output होता है, if your string is already in that form, then you will not be able to see their impact. Similarly, अगर digits हैं string में, you will not be able to see any impact. Fine. So what I was trying to, I'll also tell you something very interesting over here, like S5 है. So if I write like S5 dot title, S5 is already in uppercase. So सारे words का पहला letter capital, remaining letters in small case, and original string. Mind you children, don't forget the original string remains unchanged because strings immutable होती हैं. If you talk about S6 and you write S6 dot title, so S6 में again the first letter of each word will be capitalized and remaining will be converted to lowercase. Last is S7, which is like this for us. Let's check what S7 dot title has to give to us. And S7 dot title जब हम करते हैं, so P becomes capital and ideally का I becomes capital. Now this, suppose I take another string over here, and this I'm trying to deliberately show to you, like ABC 1 2 3 D E F. Can you guess what will be the output of S8 dot title? If you cannot, then let's see over here. See, जरूरी नहीं है word space से separated हो. A collection of letters will be treated as a word. Fine. And ABC का A capital होता है. Then you have 1 2 3 as the delimiter, the separator between these two words DEF. So DEF का D capital होता है. So always remember, fully जब एक word वो करेगा, title को मिलेगा, so it is going to convert its first letter to capital. Fine. So this was S8 dot title. Let's move to the next function, which is lower. Returns a copy of the string with all characters converted to lowercase. So this is very simple. सारे ही characters जो आपके जैसे S1 था, and if you write S1 dot lower, it is going to return a copy of the string with every character converted to lowercase. So S1 remains unchanged. Fine. S1 will remain unchanged. ठीक है ना? So if you write like S2, and this is S2, and you write now S2 dot lower, and the copy of the string will be returned to you with all letters converted to lowercase. एक भी letter अगर आपकी string में हुआ, that is going to get converted to lowercase. फाइन. सो आई नीड नॉट आप इसको बाकी सारे ऑब्जेक्ट्स पर भी एग्जीक्यूट करके देखना. हाँ, अगर स्ट्रिंग ऑलरेडी इज फिट्स इन लोअर केस देन इट विल हैव नो इम्पैक्ट. फाइन. सो लोअर में है तो लोअर लगाने पर वही आउटपुट रहेगा. बट इवन इफ इट हैज अ सिंगल लेटर, यू नो, सी सपोज आई मेक अ string like over here capital A and I write 1 2 3. Even if a single letter is there and you write you put lower function on it, like you invoke lower function using that string, so that is going to give you as output the all the A to Z whichever any A to Z letter appearing in the string will be converted to the lowercase. Fine. So let's move to the next function, which is like uppercase. This is upper function, which returns a copy of the string with each character converted to uppercase. So this is the opposite of lower. Fine. So like we have S1 over here, and now if I write S1 dot upper, I'm going to get a copy of the string with everything converted to uppercase. Fine. Similarly, if I write S2 dot upper, and I'm going to get a copy of the string with every character converted to uppercase. So there has to be minimum one character, and if the character is already in lowercase, like S9 mein A is already in lowercase, already in uppercase, so there will be no impact of the it is going to be remain the same. Fine. Upper to upper ही उसको क्या upper में convert करना. And yes, of course, the original string does not change. Original string will remain the same in all the invocation, in all the function calls. Fine. After all the function calls rather. Okay, let's move to the last function of this video, which is swap case. And swap case is just like a toggle method. Like if it will return a copy of the string with all uppercase characters converted to lowercase. Like if the character, it is going to change the case of the letter to its opposite. If the character is in uppercase, it is going to change to lowercase, and if the character is in lowercase, it is going to converted to uppercase. So it's like toggling the case of the characters of a string. And let's see what we do for S1. S1 may, you can see we have 4 capital letters like P and FUN, and rest are in lowercase. So if I write F1 dot swap case, S1 dot swap case, I get this kind of an output. P was in uppercase, it's converted to lowercase. Then rest, these all characters from Python to ARE, they were like in lowercase, so they got converted to uppercase. Fun was in uppercase, so it got converted to lowercase. Similarly, if you try it out on S2 and you write S2 dot swap case, so you are going to get the output string as ideally converted to lowercase, and then wherever you are getting uppercase letters, they are getting changed to lowercase, and vice versa. Fine. So there has to be minimum one letter to see the impact, and obviously this function is going to give you some kind of an output, क्योंकि अगर capitals होगा, suppose S9 है और S9 पर आप swap case देते हो तो A capital था, it is going to get converted to lower. Fine. See. Fine. So this is swap case when the case of the letter is converted to the other one, like lower to upper and upper to lower. And always remember, the original strings are left unaffected because strings are immutable. Fine. So this was about the 5 methods of string objects, and I just want to show you them, show all of you all these 5 to you together. 47 में से 5 we have covered. As promised, in subsequent parts I will come up with explanation of some of the most frequently used methods out of these 47 methods, and there's a quiz for you in the end. Pause the video over here, take a screenshot, and just let me know the answers in the comment section as to if S is a string that stores I love to code in Python. It's in mixed case. What will be the output of S dot title, what will be the output of S dot capitalize, S dot upper, S dot swap case, and S dot lower. I've kept the functions in random order, and I would love to see your answers in the comment section. Fine. So with this, I come to the end of this video. I hope you liked it, and I hope that you found it useful, and you will wait for the future parts of the subsequent parts of this series as well. Do let me know in the comment section your feedback. It's important to me. It motivates me to carry on with a lot of energy, with a lot of enthusiasm. So till we meet again, children, do keep sharing this video, do keep smiling, happy learning, and God bless you.